So I'm like, oh, this will be fun, guys. We'll just go around introducing ourselves as three Anthonys from the place that we work.
Insert Sen's company.
I actually haven't listened to music, I reckon, in 2 years. So I would not be able to finish.
Last time we played
Yeah. Actually, because of the last time we played this, I actually went out of my way to stop listening to music.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, my friends. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into one single podcast. Special episode this week. Everything chosen by you guys. So we went on Instagram, put up some polls, put up some questions on what you guys want to see, and we have this. You guys have decided what you want to see. First segment is Bullslut, the winner of our poll. Thank you to everyone who voted. Unbelievable. It was a close race. Finished the Lyric and Bullslut were head-to-head, but we're doing Bullslut, luckily for these two. And we'll be going through some of the questions you guys sent in on Ask TCB. But before that, Trap the Week, we got me and Miguel. We have Senny.
Hello.
And my God, we have him back. We have Kushy.
Yes, sir.
What's brought you back, Kush?
The fuckers who said, let's do Finish the Lyric. Those pieces of shit who... What was it? It was very close.
It was head-to-head, man.
There's no need for us to do Finish the Lyric. Absolutely no need. That's why I came back.
Didn't you also get DM'd by some listeners?
Yeah, you're right on that, Sen. I actually got DM'd by good old Nick Packman.
Shout out him.
Great message, by the way. Great message. He was quite adamant, and it was a plead. It was perhaps a little bit of a desperation not to see Biggs and Sen ever do Pokemon Smash or Pass.
We're this close.
Very close. And I replied to him, and I told him, of course, I'll come. I'll come for you.
Yeah. You heard that, Nick? He came for you.
Anyway, I'm back, and I got a quick little story. Historic day for us, an important day. Bit of voting. Hopefully we've all done it. You should do it, of course.
You should have done it by now.
You should have done it.
Given you are watching this at least on a Wednesday.
I went and I was in line, and it was just pretty funny because they've got like those little assistants there checking the address and everything. And there's an old lady, looks to be like 80s maybe, hobbling over. And then he's going through everything. He's like, what's your first name? What's your last name? And he's like, just remember, you just got to write yes or no. As simple as that. And she just goes, no. I'm voting no. And then he's like, okay, just remember to write it down. And then she's like, no, I'm voting no. So she's just really adamant on voting no. And I'm standing there with my family. The parents are there. We're just, arms folded, just watching this old lady hobble over with confidence to a little ballot and writing 2 letters with so much strength. Anyway, I just found it very funny that we've got some people like that.
I had a similar thing. I was in Chatswood last week, and Chatswood famously, quite multicultural. And I was in Chatswood Westfield, and I saw the only one white man in Chatswood Westfield at the time. It was like this 70-year-old dude wearing a T-shirt that said, "Vote no to division." I'm like, dude, read the room. Look around you, brother. I get it. You have your views. That's fine. Yeah. But it's a bit aggressive to walk. Mind you, this was like a week and a half before the vote as well. So going a bit early there, mate.
Well, for getting early, get the message out as soon as possible.
It's just the confidence. The confidence makes it very funny to me. That's all.
I don't think I've ever believed in a cause so much that I would... Actually, no, I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt right now, so ignore everything I just said. And also for our non-Australian listeners, if you are confused what we're talking about, look up The Voice Australia.
Not the TV show.
I was going to say, if you find Jason Derulo, close enough. Just go with it. Boys, I've got a story as well for you guys. I teased this in the group chat earlier this week.
I've been waiting for this.
And this is going to be half a story, but also half an apology to anyone involved in this story, because I did act like a bit of a clown. So I've got to come clean. I'm going to apologize for some of my behavior that day. So this happened on Thursday. But I want to take you back maybe a couple of weeks ago. No, jokes, maybe a couple of months ago. My director at work came to me and said, hey, I've got this invitation for a young professionals networking night, and I think it would be good for you to go. And in my head, my initial thought was, nah, I'm good.
Don't care enough about the job.
No, not that, please. Just I'm famously not good at networking. I don't know what to talk about. I can't pretend to care, blah, blah, blah.
You don't want to talk about industry trends and,
that's literally what it was.
The market and everything like that.
But then she's like, it would be a good way for you to meet other young people in the industry, learn a bit more about, other people's roles, blah, blah, blah.
And then she's a loser with no friends. Go get some friends, brother.
That's kind of what she was saying to me. And then she said the magic words of, there'll be free food and drinks. And just like the voice, my mind went from a no to a strong yes. So it was 4 of us from our company that got selected to go. So on Thursday, we made like a group chat of all of us and we said, hey, like, starts at 5:30, we'll meet downstairs like at 5:20 and we'll walk across because it was 5 minutes from our office. So it was like, beautiful. Sounds good. Come 5:30, we were waiting at the bottom of the stairs. One guy messages late saying, I'm actually not coming anymore. The other guy says, I'll be a bit late. I'll see you guys later. Spoiler, we didn't see him that night at all. So there was only 3 of us. So we walked over and then we got to the building and it's in one of the towers of Barangaroo. And so you need to go to a specific level. But it wasn't one of their like, because every company has like a client floor or whatever, right? It means if you just go up to the elevator, you can just click level 10, for example, and you can go up there. But this was one of their normal working floors. So to get in, you actually needed to swipe like an ID card to get in. So we're like, well, we've already hit our first barrier to entry. And I was like, I was kind of already looking for any reason not to go. So I'm like,
this is God telling you maybe it's not
damn
for you.
shame. It's a damn shame, Sen.
But then I'm like, that's going to be pretty embarrassing to go to work the next day. And then my director asks you, how was it? I'm like, yeah, look, I couldn't find the place, so I didn't go. I think I would have been fired then and there. So I'm like, nah, we got to make an effort to go. So luckily, we were standing there looking lost for dead set 5 minutes. And then this girl comes out of one of the elevators. She's like, are you here for the networking event? And then I was going to be like, nah. But then my mate's like, yeah, we're here for it. I'm like, okay, fine. So she's like, she swiped us in and she took us up to the level. So we got in, they introduced us and we walked over to the table and they had everyone's like name tags. So I was with 2 of my mates. Mate number 1, his name is Anthony. Mate number 2, his name is Anthony. So I'm looking for my name tags. Anthony 1 finds his name tag. Anthony 2 finds his name tag. Old Senny, name tag not there. So they gave me a blank one. It's like, just write down your name and your company.
Yeah.
So what do you think a monkey with half a brain did? I wrote down my name as Anthony.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I'm like, this will be fun, guys. We'll just go around introducing ourselves as 3 Anthonys from the place that we work.
Insert Sen's company.
So we started doing that, and then we put the name tags on, and then we beelined it straight to the kitchen where the beers were. So we were tucking into 3 beers, and then we started walking, and then suddenly these 2 girls accosted us. And they're like, we're from so-and-so company, and then we started actual networking. And I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting just to drink a couple of beers, have a few laughs and go home. So before I know it, I was in a 10-minute conversation talking about the insurance industry. And I famously don't work in insurance.
Finally.
But anyway, I'm like, fine, all right, this is the whole point of this, I'll do it. So then we talked to these girls for like maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then I was like, well, that was pretty tiring, boys. I don't know about you, but I want to sit down. So we found a table in the corner, sat down with our beers, and we sat there for the next half an hour. And so it was held at some company's office. So this networking event was held by a company, but then another company agreed to host the event. So there was 2 companies hosting it. And so we were sitting in the corner, and I think they noticed us not mingling, which was the whole point of it. And so the reps from both the companies came over, and they were like trying to work up a conversation with us. Yeah. And they were just talking about how they were going to do a presentation, blah, blah, blah. So we're like, okay, yeah, like we'll get around it. So they did the presentation, and then like this girl was obviously very nervous, and she told us she was nervous. She's like, I'm going to crack a few jokes. Like, it'd be nice if you guys laugh. So she cracked a joke. Silence in the room.
What was the joke?
It was like a finance-related joke. Like,
was it good? Or?
Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. Like, it was a bit of a dead crowd. And then she said, please laugh.
That's funny.
So then us 3 at the back just started, guffawing at the back like absolute monkeys.
I reckon that breaks the tension.
Yeah.
It did. It felt like I was doing a community service.
Nice. Good man.
So then that was part 1 of me being a clown. Well, part 2 really after the name thing. And then anyway, so the presentations went for like half an hour, and then they gave food. So we went over, picked up food, went back to my desk. Again, this whole time I've never spoken to another single soul there. Mind you, there was about 50, 60 people there. So we were sitting, and then the person who was hosting the event came back to us, and she started talking to us. And so she was talking to us 3, and then I don't know, this other guy who works with the company, a brown guy, came over. And he was coming over and he was looking at me. And I'm like, okay, this is like, you know how like, Kush, right? Like when a brother sees another brother, you got to like, you try and, stick together.
It's quite common, the eyes that you guys just, it's honestly just a weird brown thing where the eyes meet and you're just trying to decipher many things about that person in a split second.
It's the Indian gaze, I believe they call it.
Yeah, that's the one.
So this guy pulled up a chair next to me, and then, so he was sitting next to Anthony number 2, and he was kind of talking to him, but then he kept looking at me, and then suddenly he's like, I hate to do this, but you look kind of familiar.
Oh, here we
And then
go.
I'm
There
like,
it is.
okay.
No, I don't.
He's like, do you have a podcast? And at this point, like, I didn't expect that this was going to get brought up, right? I went to network, firstly. You know, let me put that out there. I went to network. So I went to talk about work only.
Yeah.
So it kind of caught me off guard. So I did what any human would do. I lied. So he's like, do you have a podcast? And I'm like, nah, that's actually my twin brother. He has a podcast with his mates.
Oh my God.
And so the other girl who was already sitting there talking to me, she turns around and is like, oh my God, is that your brother? And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Oh my God, Sen.
She's like, oh, I saw your tier list about work dinner places. And I'm like, oh, really? What did you think? And she's like, I hate those guys. I'm like, oh, shit, fuck, what happened? She's like, you guys put out the tier list. That same day, I booked Chat Thai for everyone's dinner. And I died laughing. And she's like, it's not that bad. You know, everyone was having a go at me that day. And I was trying to defend Chat Thai.
Shit, bro, we have influence. Shit.
So then I immediately had to start backpedaling. I had to start defending my fake twin brother. And I'm like, oh, you know, I think, you know, we think it's actually pretty mid, but I feel like those guys thought it was a bit worse. So, you know, that's why we had to put it at the bottom.
Leave old Benny alone, man.
Yeah. So anyway, so he said that, and I wasn't in the mood to talk about it. So I'm like, yeah, it's my twin brother. But mind you, both the Anthonys who I was with know that it's me.
Yeah.
But luckily they're good lads and they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So they just allowed it. So then I kind of deflected it, and then we went back to talking about, you know, just
Insurance.
work. Exactly. So we were talking about work. And then so I was just talking to this girl who was clearly very offended by our tier list. But
Like actually, or like half joking, half.
it was half joking. It was half joking, but she did, I think, cop a bit of heat for it.
That's on her, bro. Don't book a trash tier restaurant. That's what I'll say.
So I was talking to her for a bit, and then she had to go because she was organizing the event, so she had to go mingle with other people. So she left.
Thai probably.
And then, so she left, and then maybe literally 2 minutes later, this other girl kind of, because we were sitting right at the back. So behind us was just the rest of their office. So there was nothing behind us. So if you kept walking, like there was literally nothing to walk towards. So this girl like kind of walked past us, did a bit of a drive-by, looked at us and kept walking. And I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And then she literally did a U-turn and came back and sat right next to me. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And then she was a lot more forward than the Indian guy. The Indian guy was he was a bit unsure.
Yeah.
She attacked me with the energy of, she literally looked me in the eye and she's like, I've seen you on my TikTok. And I'm like, fuck, I can't give her the same spiel of it's my twin brother.
It's not me, it's Benny. What are you doing?
So I had to be like, yeah, that's me. And she started dying laughing. And she's like, oh my God, your dinner tier list got circulated at our work. And I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking to so-and-so and she mentioned it. And she's like, yeah, we all had to go to Chat Thai because of her and we all hated it. And she's like, the next week after your tier list, I booked Jimmy's for everyone and everyone loved it.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
And she's like, but she did say she thought we put toddies too high.
Yeah, well, you know.
Subjective. These sort of things are subjective, you know, but it's the definitive tier list. So exactly.
Dude, she was actually like fangirling, and then like her manager
Did you get a
came
selfie
over,
with you or a
and she
signature?
told the manager, oh, dude, this guy's famous. And I'm like, okay, hang on, let's. She's like, this guy's famous. I started looking around, I was like, where is he? Where is the famous guy? But yeah, she was like losing her shit. She like added me on LinkedIn. She's like, dude, like,
You don't even use LinkedIn.
yeah, I don't. I famously don't. So I still have a pending like follow request or whatever it is
Bro,
on LinkedIn.
Sen's LinkedIn is like a blank photo and one like job experience.
So I don't use LinkedIn. But yeah, she was just saying like all her friends follow us. You know, she's a big fan. And yeah, she just kept going around to like other people at work saying, oh, so she was saying, so at the start, because we came a bit late, so we had to walk through everyone. So right at the front of like where they were doing the presentation, she was saying like, oh, me and my friends like were standing up there and we saw you and we're like, you look like the guy. And we were like full debating.
You're the guy, bro.
You look like the guy.
You're the guy.
She's like, oh, I came over like, because the others are like, don't be racist. It could be just any brown guy. And she's like, no, I'm going to gaslight him into thinking it's him. And so she came over and talked to me. She's like, oh, you got to go say hi to these other guys. And I'm like, no, I will not be doing that. So I left immediately. I dipped out of there. But apparently there's a few other people there who were keen to see me.
Sen, you should have said hi, man. That That would have been the true networking.
That's
opportunity.
networking, brother.
But I feel sorry because so I forgot to say the other brown guy had kind of left halfway through, so he didn't actually get to realize that it was actually me.
Oh, if he's listening to
So
the
if he's
episode,
listening, Shubman, I'm sorry. I am very sorry.
Mr. Gill.
And shout out to Abia, who was the girl who, again, also accosted me. But yeah, that was it was unreal.
Hey, this is a perfect
I
opportunity.
spent half an hour networking more for the podcast than I did for my
It sounds like you
as
had
it
more
should
work
be.
to do.
As it should be. And exactly. You left
Yeah, I don't. I think
unfinished business.
you should have called Ro. You should have called Ro. Would have come in and cleaned up. I reckon Ro would have had the bloody TikTok playing on the. You know how it's like the Ellen's game, but he'd just have the TikTok running above it.
Don't call in me and Kush. We'll be equally, if not more awkward.
Yeah, that is true.
That's unreal, man. That's unreal.
That is my tale of Thursday night of
So do
being
you think-
accosted by multiple people.
Do you think if you go to any more, because we try to go in the corporate world now, you reckon if you go to any more of these corporate networking events that, like Kush, you and I, if we got invited to, some sort of corporate networking event next week, you reckon we're getting a similar experience?
I reckon not you and I. I reckon Ro and Sen might, purely because they have. Like, Sen's the definitive guy. He's the guy who points the fingers in the camera, man. That's Sen.
His face has been shared thousands.
Ro's the out of focus Sydney suburb guy. Sen, those
What are
two
you and
gonna
I,
go-
bro? We're the
I don't know. What we
come
up
second 15, then we're in. You know?
Yeah, that is true.
That's
Yeah.
us. Damn, that's a wild experience.
And just as a quick one, so after that event, so this was a wild day for me. I got the bus home and it was a packed bus. I was standing, and then one of our friends' girlfriends was sitting like down, so I was facing her. So my back was like basically to the rest of the bus, so I couldn't see anything. And then like maybe towards the end of the bus trip, like people were starting to get off, so seats were opening up. So I turned around and I was going to go sit, and I saw a couple of seats in front of me on the other side. This woman was scrolling through our Instagram reels like there was no tomorrow. Now, whether or not you want to believe that,
yeah,
that's up to
this
you.
is where I
But
start
I
to.
swear to God, wallahi, I swear to God, that is what I saw.
Yeah, when Sen started putting this in our group chat, I started to read like a fanfic. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, the scrolling part was like you noticed like that distinct colors. I don't know.
What'd you notice? How'd you know the purple and black? Is that what it
I can
was?
actually tell you which one she was watching. She was watching the B-Sock one. Very random video to watch.
Yeah,
She was watching the UNSW B-Sock, so your head was on it, Kush.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I could tell. It was very distinctive. It said UNSW B-Sock. It had Kush's head and it had the purple and black behind it.
Interesting. Okay.
So what are we saying? If you spot one of us in the wild,
Come up to us. Say hi.
you'll get a 50% chance of honesty or a 50% chance of twin brother.
So I told the Shubman first that it was my twin brother. And then when the other girl came, I bulked and I said it was me.
Yeah.
And then there was like another person there who's like, oh, why'd you tell her the truth? And I'm like, oh, like she basically accused me of it. And it was a bit hard to lie in that one. And she looked me in the face. She's like, dude, you're a pathological liar. So I was just getting abused to high heaven by this woman.
That was a lie. Wait till you hear this podcast.
Yeah.
Try and decipher what's
I was
the
gonna-
truth.
There was a bit of mayo on that story as well, but that's fine. But that was my tale of being
That's
accosted.
crazy. That's actually crazy. All right, I'll crack on here. Actually, speaking of, it's the same night, Sen, that you were busy doing your networking. We actually had a football game which you couldn't make. A lot of people couldn't make, actually. So I'm injured. Our captain's injured. And then it's a six-a-side. We had about, I think, 5 actual players. All right. And what I want to talk about today is, what is the etiquette about filling in social sport? So we come there. Ray was also away. So we had 5 players. Also, we had 2 people watch, from our winter soccer team. They came to watch. Obviously not wanting to play, not prepared to play. But when we got there, we actually realized, shit, we don't have enough people. And the 6th person is running late. So what are we going to do here? Then one of the guys watching was in like full tracksuit. You're comfortable. And we're like, brother, you need to go in goal. So, brother, I just wanted to watch. We shoved him in goal. Famously not a goalkeeper as well. And one of the positions no one ever puts their hand up for. Sen and I have never put our hand up.
Especially in like 6-a-side where it's like close. It's a scary position to be in.
Exactly. So imagine you watch that game, Kush, and we're like, Kush, bro, go in goal. What are you saying?
I would say no. Back away, man.
So we got that guy in goal, and then we're like talking throughout the half, like, fuck, what do we do here? Because the second guy also plays soccer, but absolutely not prepared to play. He was in like chinos and like a jacket, not hoodie or whatever, and he didn't have the colors as well. So you need to wear a green shirt.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has a green shirt casually, right? So what do we do here? And then I came to the game because I went to the gym beforehand. So I'm in sports shorts. I'm in a shirt, hoodie, whatever. And then our goalkeeper on the field had a green jersey, so he could give that to our friend and then he can wear whatever. Because in goal, you need a different color. So he could wear whatever, right? And then out of nowhere, the guy's like, give me your shorts. And I'm like, what? You want me to be naked here, brother? What is going on? And I'm like, brother, if you can sort me out pants, maybe I'll give it to you. And then this guy is so much skinnier than me.
Yeah.
So then he's like, I'll give you my pants. And I'm like, what size are you? And he said 28. And I'm like, bro, I'm like 6 sizes
I'm
bigger than that.
34, mate.
Yeah. And then he points to our goalkeeper on the field. We're the same height, right?
Yeah.
And kind of the same size.
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh, that guy will fit in my pants. So you take his pants. I'll give the goalkeeper my pants. And then you give me your shorts. Right? And I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a 3-way trade.
Exactly. So at halftime, we're like, fuck. Like, the boys are gassed. Our goalkeeper's gassed. Everyone's gassed. Because we don't have subs. It's pretty intense sport. So we're like, at halftime, we're like, all right, halftime's like 2 minutes. We're like, all right, quickly, we'll all strip naked and all change our pants at halftime. So imagine that. There's like 4 fields. There's like a women's game across there. Also like a kids game. And then in our game, right by the side, there's 3 blokes taking off their pants, all in their fucking underwear, going to change pants, bro. And then this guy that was going to play was so keen. He took his pants off like without telling anyone yet. And he was telling everyone else to hurry up while he's just in his underwear. So eventually we're all stripped naked. We all change our pants. And then the guy goes on, and then the guy that took the size 28 pants obviously doesn't fit him, right? And then he's like, hang on, why did I get involved in this? And then I'm like, okay, we'll change pants back. And then I'm here wearing fucking size 28 pants.
Jesus.
Doesn't fit me. My hoodie's over it. Because like it literally doesn't close, man. The pants literally don't close. Anyways, thankfully, we got 6 players on the field. We won the game. You know,
nice.
all well and good.
What
But
was the
like,
score?
score was 3-1. We were meant to tank the game, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But I think the other team was tanking and they were really shit. So like,
Okay.
it would be very obvious if we
Yeah.
tanked that game
2 teams trying to lose.
and tried to lose. So like, that's the story. What's the etiquette on people filling in? Because like, it was really sus as well.
Yeah.
So if you're on the other team, would you know, say to the ref, hang on, what's going on here?
I think in a normal week they would, but I think because they were trying to lose, they didn't care. They were happy to let you guys do whatever malarkey you wanted to do.
Yeah, because when we were doing the malarkey, I'm like, hang on, this is really sus. And like, the game was meant to start, but we were still halfway through changing. So even the ref had to wait. The other team had to wait. Everyone's on the field. But they clearly saw 3 blokes changing pants. I can't describe how
so funny.
fucking rogue this is that 3 of us were changing pants.
Swapping pants.
It's so stupid.
Wait, why didn't our captain who's injured, why didn't he offer his pants?
That's what we said after the game. Like, why didn't we get him involved? Because he's similar size to everyone as
actually
well.
a similar size.
None of this made sense. It was so impulsive decision.
All right, I got a quick update. Tuesday, Osag, I didn't play. Apparently, they lost. It is what it is. Wednesday's the one last week where I said it was absolutely pissing down on a Wednesday, Kush, and our idiot coordinator decided that games were still going ahead. So at about 7, our game was at 8. At 7, we messaged and we were like, all right, this is it. Like, we're not going to play. We don't have enough people, firstly. So we forfeited. During the week, Ro gets a message from someone he knows on Instagram, and he says, hey, man, I listened to your pod last week. Turns out we're actually that team that you guys forfeited against. We actually didn't get notified. We went to the ground, stood in the rain,
God.
and for 10 minutes, we were waiting for you guys to come, and then we found out you forfeited.
Ooh.
Apparently, one person, and I actually feel very bad, so Johan, apologies, but I know this was on him. This is someone else on his team. Apparently, she works in the city. She went back home. She lives in Penrith, and then came back to Meadowbank just to find out there's no game.
Rush hour, that's what?
And
1 hour, 1.5 to Penrith?
Dude, 1.5 to Penrith, maybe an hour and a bit to Penrith, then probably another hour back. 10 minutes in the rain just to find out there's no game.
Jesus.
Anyway, we had a game this week. We played a team full of rep players. We got pumped. And good news is us and Johan's team both got moved down a div. So, brother, we'll see you again. And this time we will show up. I promise you that.
Lovely.
All right, we're now moving on to our classic segment now, and honestly, something that's become pretty attuned to the podcast, the Office Snacks segment. So this week, we'll be rating KPMG's Office Snacks. All right, so I'm going to describe the photos that we've had. We had 3 photos, and thank you. I believe it's an anonymous submission.
A lot of people don't want to put their jobs on the line. I respect it.
I respect
They
it.
don't want to put their jobs on the line for, taking what might be confidential photos of their
100%.
kitchens.
Yeah, and I get it. But the confidentiality is not that great because KPMG is quite clearly written on one of the photos. You can see KPMG. So, I mean, at least we know it's KPMG, 100%. Anyway, the first photo, there's around 8 or maybe even 10 sort of little tubs of tea, 2 tea fellas. Not bad, but that's it. I see no mugs. I see a fridge in the distance. I see a couple of artificial plants maybe in the back.
Good ambiance. The desk is very empty. You're right. There's a T2s by the middle of the desk and nothing else.
Exactly.
Or is that room to, make your tea? Get a mug from across the kitchen apparently, because I don't know where the mugs are. And then
I feel like I could play a bit of T2 bong or beer pong on this. Not bong.
Cushy and the bong, mate.
Yeah, but the table is so wide that you could, set up a nice little, maybe even table tennis on that.
So, boys, I am quite familiar with this KPMG office.
Oh, how so?
I used to work there, my friends.
Oh.
The old enemy. So when I saw this photo, a little
Flashbacks.
a shiver went down my spine. I'll tell you that. So I can provide a bit of color to these photos because I will tell you, in the 2 years since I've left, the kitchen has not changed.
Wow.
So
These are Sen's photos from 2 years ago.
no, I wish they were. But so yeah, the T2 here is a staple offering across all KPMG offices, and those tins are the same tins that I saw back in the day. And so you're right. Just below this, there are drawers where you have all the glasses and mugs.
Okay.
And mine was right. So the space in front is where you're meant to make your teas.
That's class.
So they have the zip taps where you can just put the hot water in.
Oh, okay.
A little friendly tip as well, if you are working at a KPMG office, try mixing the Sencha T2 with the lemongrass and ginger.
Wow.
It's okay, but I spent a whole week just mixing different T2 variations together. Not for any other purpose other than I was trying to waste time. And at the end of the day, aren't we all just trying to do that at work?
Isn't that the beauty of this KPMG offering? They've got a rainbow of teas, mate. You can
Correct.
mix and match. You can spend your time, customize your tea, build your own tea. Like the Build-A-Bear workshop, you can build your own tea.
And I will say T2 is a quality brand. It is better than that Zoetic shit that we've seen before.
I need to try this Zoetic. What? Why is this
So people have messaged me. Apparently Zoetic is a well-known brand.
No, it's not, bro. To who? Who's it well known to?
I've walked in Woolies at many a time. Where is it?
Apparently it's not as rogue as we think it is. So that's all I'm saying. That's what I've heard.
If someone out there from Zoetic would like to send us some samples, please, because I've seen it everywhere and I don't get it.
But yeah, so far, bear nothing right now from KPMG.
We move on to the second photo. And the second photo is, it's a large coffee machine by the looks of it. Got some beans at the top and maybe some chai in the top left by what it looks like.
Potentially coffee. Oh, yeah, it is chai actually.
Yeah, chai, not bad. And it's got a bit of a little dual setup. Don't mind if I do. Got little bins, something in the back as well. I think that's like maybe a dishwasher in the far back. A very large dispenser for serviettes. I don't know why it's so big.
It's a serviette dispenser, yeah, and some drawers for, plates and stuff like that.
This also just looks like, I'll be completely honest, like an IKEA showroom. Like you're walking through the lanes, you're seeing multiple desks, multiple drawers,
there's no soul. There's no
it's empty.
Homely feeling to it.
It's empty.
But I will say, this coffee machine is the GOAT. I will die on this hill. This is the best coffee machine I've ever used. From cold milks to hot milks to coffees, teas, chai, lattes, hot chocolates, you name it, you can make it all. It is a godsend, I will say. I saved so much money not buying coffees because of this machine. So I will, hands up, it's the one redeeming quality that KPMG has.
I will say that though. Did you get accosted because you use the office coffee machine? Because I'm a slut for using the office coffee machine. Always people say it's not as good as fucking Cafe 320 downstairs. It's not as good as, the cafe over there. Every time I get some coffee from the office machine, everyone's like, what are you doing, mate?
Nah, I was all for it. I agree. The coffee is mid, but as a grad, you can't afford to be buying coffees every day, especially 2 or 3 a day. So this was what you went for.
Brother, you could be CEO. I would still say get the free coffee from the kitchen than like $4 or $5 from the cafe downstairs.
Yeah, not to mention you save the time of having to go all the way down, wait in line. Well, mate, you can just go do it immediately.
Then, again, you said you love to waste time. Does that take away from the time-wasting adventure?
I wasted my time with the T2 milk, I'll tell you that.
Lovely. But it does honestly look like, though, a standard coffee machine across most offices.
Yeah,
most offices have coffee machines like this. Dare I suggest it's a standard entry.
Well, at my current place, we don't have a machine like this. So no,
maybe that's an indictment on your current place rather than other offices.
But I know other big four. I'm pretty sure PwC have something similar.
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
How I know? Don't worry about that.
Well, what about yours? Do you guys have like a machine like this, or is it again you have to go to a cafe or something?
No, there's a machine, but it's not like electronic like this. Like it's a proper built out machine. Barista has to go there and work it actually.
No, you have a barista.
Yeah, we got a little barista there actually.
Is that a handbrake that you can't do it yourself?
You can, like, it's open. You can definitely go up yourself.
But you need barista skills.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
need-
touchscreen, press cappuccino,
Nah,
bang, done.
You need to know your way around the machine.
All right, maybe we'll get to your office at some point
At
and
some
critique that. But standard coffee machine, I reckon.
Also, just quickly on that organic waste bin, I can actually tell you this is a fact. This is where they dispose the soulless husks of their employees after they exploit them. So straight into the organic waste.
It's good mise en scene because it does say yes with a green tick to getting rid of those employees. The last photo.
It's not really
It's not a
a
snack.
kitchen item. We have defined this segment as rating office snacks, but
I mean, look, it looks tasty. I won't lie. This looks tasty to me.
I think Anon knew that the photos they sent were going to get slammed, so they had to throw in something to put our rating up.
They've thrown a little Easter egg here, a little add-on. It's it's an arcade machine. It's just this arcade machine looks so rogue. I can't even tell what the game is. It pinball? It looks like it's pinball at the top right.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I think there's maybe a couple of different games you can play.
You've got credit. Is it?
Oh, do you have to pay for this?
That's
Is this
what
not
I'm-
free?
I think you have to pay for it. That looks like.
nah, surely not.
Do you reckon there's no paying thing in this? How is it like?
Because
what's that thing
I've
at
got
the
a
bottom?
I've got a games machine in my office. It says credits, but it's free to play.
Okay.
Because obviously they buy like some sort of arcade version of this game.
Right.
Right.
But who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're this greedy like some of the companies out
I got to
there.
say the placement of this is pitch perfect. I
Is
can
this
see
in the
stairs,
kitchen?
but I can see stairs coming down. So then immediately you turn around. There's an arcade machine. It's a great little pit stop, I think.
This is in the kitchen, and the kitchen, every second floor, the kitchens have stairs. So if you're on level 32, for example, you can go down the stairs to level 31. So they're connected.
Right.
So those stairs there are connect to the kitchen on the level below.
Got you.
So I assume every level probably has a little arcade machine then. You reckon people are lining up to play this?
No, I reckon your managers are accosting you if you are on these arcade machines. They're there for show.
Do you reckon they're? No, I don't think they're.
Because
for
in my
show.
office, there's a little arcade machines, table tennis table, all that. I don't see a lot of use out of it.
Seriously, I'm there playing table tennis at least 3-4 hours a day. I mean, that's why I go to the office.
There's
to
one
play
time
table-
I played table tennis, everyone's looking at me.
Serious?
Because you can hear because my table tennis table's right near the kitchen, which is right near a lot of desks. So when I'm playing, mate, everyone's like looking at me like, why the fuck are you making noise, man?
Mm,
I'm here, brother, I'm trying to get paid to play table tennis here.
So
yeah.
before we give a rating, I want to give two more things
Here
that
we
I
go.
have seen at the KPMG office just to see if it'll sway you boys at all.
Fucking apologist, all right?
There you go.
So firstly, there is fruits available. No, obviously, I think it maybe comes once or twice a week, and it's first in best rest. So you got to be in early, you got to get your fruits, and you got to get out.
Mhm.
So I was a grad at KPMG, and I think maybe it was a Tuesday morning where they put out beautiful fresh plate of fruits. So me and my 3 other grad mates were in the kitchen at the time. We were like, oh, let's pick up a beautiful piece of fruit for the day. And we were talking to one of our partners who was there as well in the kitchen. And one of my mates was looking, he was eyeing up the fruit basket, and there was a kiwi fruit there. So mind you, we're talking to our partner. He reaches out mid-conversation, picks up a kiwi fruit, looks at it, and then just raw dogs it.
Like bites through the skin.
Skin and all while talking to a partner. So these are the kind of specimens they hire at KPMG.
That should not be normalized, dude.
Dude, it wasn't normal at the time. We were like, what the fuck am I witnessing? Like, this man is beyond, comprehension. So yes, just to back on point, there is fruits available at KPMG.
Alright.
And then the other mainstay or the big selling point that KPMG has is the kitchen makes fresh scones.
Oh.
So they put out fresh scones, whipped cream, and jam. Not often, every now and then, but they'll come and put it out onto the kitchen. And I'll tell you, you'd stab your own brother for these scones. They're that fucking good. Like, these came at a premium. You had to fight other people to get it.
All I'm saying is Anon hasn't given us the scones.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I know. But
It's-
I'm just saying that there was some other good stuff that was available.
this pre-COVID?
It was no, it was post-COVID. It was post-COVID.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
post-COVID.
Well, it's all well and good saying, but we can't go off your word.
I know.
We need to go off the factual evidence, and I'm sure if there was still scones these days, Anon would be first to send in a photo.
And Anon has decided to go time zone over scones. So, like,
Time zone T2 and fucking coffee machine.
So we can't even take the arcade game into consideration. All right, so we can only really judge it basically off the T2 spread and off the coffee machine. I'm sorry, arcade machine doesn't really make the cut. So boys, we gave Westpac, which was bare bones, literally,
Toaster in a microwave.
Yeah. Microwave and toaster, tools only, nothing else. We gave that a bare minimum 1. Deloitte, they had a bit of a fruit spread. They had the Kama Sutra tea. We gave that a 2. So, boys, what are we giving KPMG?
Looking at the spread, looking at the coffee machine, which you have backed and has a delightful variety, and as well as the tea too, lovely brand, rainbow of teas.
Yes.
3. I'm giving it a 3. I reckon.
3, okay.
I reckon I could push this to a 4, fellas. Purely the fact, look, Sen's stories, I believe there's some truth to it. And I think...
I don't think he's making up scones. Like, if you're making up something, I think you'd push it much higher.
Yeah, look, the scones, if they're coming once in a time, then maybe Anon didn't have a chance to get it and was like, maybe I'll send in a little pinball machine instead. Understood. So I think I can push it towards a 4 purely because of that. And Sen also did mention the fruits as well. Great staple.
Yeah, I think 4 is fair.
4.
Alrighty. Game this week, as per the past few weeks, we're just playing for fun. If you see on the screen, winner Miguel, thank you. Loser Kush. Next week, as we said, what's the date? October 20.
Well,
Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're listening to this on Wednesday or Thursday, it's this Saturday.
This Saturday, come Sanctuary Hotel. You'll see Kush, and you might see some of the other boys doing the 24 hours in Sanctuary Hotel challenge. But that is for Saturday. Today, we are playing Bullslut. So thank you to everyone who follows us on Instagram at Critical Banter for voting for this game. I was halfway through preparing Finish the Lyric, I'll be honest with you. I was very excited to get these two to finish some lyrics, but today we're playing Bullslut. For those of you, go on, Sen.
I actually haven't listened to music, I reckon, in 2 years, so I would not be able to
the
finish.
last time we played
Yeah. Actually, because of the last time we played this, I actually went out of my way to stop listening to music.
Well, luckily for you, we're playing Bullslut. So for those of you that are new or don't know what we're doing, it is a simple game. We'll take turns listing out some categories. How many of something can you name in 30 seconds? And the other two will have to, claim that they can name 5, 10, 15, 20. And once the other person thinks it's cap, a little bullshit, they'll call it out and then we put them to the test. Put the 30-second timer on the clock and they'll have to name it. That explanation didn't make sense. It's right. It'll make sense when we start playing the game. So you ready, fellas?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First one of today for Sen and Kush. How many influencer boxes can you name in 30 seconds? So topical, once you've watched this, the KSI Tommy Fury fight, it will already happened. There's
right.
2 already for you.
Has it happened already?
It will have happened by the time this is out.
Oh, okay.
So I've given you 2 there already. So
Interesting.
Okay, all right. I'll start us off nice and easy.
Yep.
2.
I reckon I could go 3.
I reckon I can go 5.
5?
Yeah.
I reckon Bullslut.
Come on, Kush. You can name 6.
Really?
I think you can.
I don't even know any boxes, man. Let alone influencers. You've added both.
What are you saying, Kush?
I'm saying Bullslut.
Oh, you want me to actually name them?
Yeah, name
Dude, he
5.
gave you 2 of them already.
I don't know another one, to be honest.
alrighty.
I'm going to name 2 and you're going to be like, yes, you do know them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Sen. You have 30 seconds to name 5 influencer boxes. Your time starts now.
Well, he gave us KSI and Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
Kush, come on. Think of another boxer.
I know 2 others.
Is it Logan Paul and
Yes,
Jake Paul?
those
So you
are
could have
the-
had 4.
But who's at 5th? I don't know another one.
Come on. You seriously can't name another? How long have I got?
You have 15 more seconds.
Okay.
Who's another influencer that would have fought? Another one of the sidemen, maybe?
Dude, I'm pretty sure 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of the other ones are boxers.
Really?
Some of the Beta Squad guys.
You have 5 seconds, Sen.
Deji.
Deji is another
Oh,
one. There you go.
Deji.
5 done.
True.
You ain't no Slim. You ain't no Salt Puppy.
Yeah, Salt
You know them
Puppy.
lot.
I
Fuzi
actually-
too, bro.
Fuzi, Alex
Alex
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
I actually don't know any of those. So
Probably
I'm
for the
glad.
best. To be honest, for the best, you don't know this.
Yeah.
This is a really niche, stupid
All right, that was a niche one. Senny, you're 1-0 up. Well done.
All right, we're going to move to the next one. How many car parts can you name in 30 seconds?
Fuck.
Okay. All right.
You both famously drive cars.
Drive is where my car knowledge ends, man. You know the fluid where you can wipe your own windscreen?
Yeah.
I don't know how to change that. So like that's how little I know.
I'll go with 5.
Shit. 5. It's Kush. What is he verifying as a car part?
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm not verifying. Like, I will have a look after the game.
6.
7.
This guy's gonna roll me, man.
8.
9.
10.
11.
Bullslut.
All right.
Said you know that many car parts. Damn,
This
right?
man knows
Yeah.
cars, brother. He's an F1 nerd, man.
Are you actually, son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I reckon I can name 11.
All right. Well, here we go. All right, Sen. You have 30 seconds to name 11 car parts. Your time starts now.
Wheels, steering wheels, brake pads, clutch, engine, chassis, horn. We're going to count that. Windscreen wipers,
Yeah.
rims,
Yeah.
Same as wheels, kind of.
Different.
handbrake.
Yeah. One more.
Are we
I
going to
think.
count that as well?
Yeah, I think one more.
Let's say accelerator pad.
Yeah. There you go, Sen. Well done. You had 10 seconds to spare. It's a tough one, fellas. It's a tough one, but
Fair play. I would have got stuck at like 4, dude.
All right, boys, the category for you guys is how many corporate communication tools can you name in 30 seconds?
Corporate communication tools. Really on the nose with this one, Sen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will go communication. Communication.
communication is a broad term.
It is.
There's a lot of ways you can communicate.
Yeah. Getting in person. potentially.
I'll allow messaging, email, video messaging. So
6.
all of this falls under that.
6.
I reckon I could do 8.
8. Pushing it with 8, I feel.
Am I pushing it?
Oh, no, you're not. 9. You're not. You're not. You're not.
No. I reckon Bullslut mix.
Shit.
All right, you have 30 seconds to name 9 corporate communication tools. Your time starts now.
Google Chat, Google Hangouts, Google Meet, Gmail, Outlook, Teams, Zoom, Slack, Skype.
And that's 9.
Oh my God, let's go.
10 seconds, Kush. Come on.
I forgot you had 4 in Google. I completely forgot.
The Google Suite, you ain't fuck with
I
that?
don't even touch Workplace, Skype.
I got to Skype.
No, I reckon
Just go, okay.
that's what I could have done as well. I don't think I could have done any more.
But like any more than 9, I
No,
don't know.
Outlook. You didn't say
He
Outlook.
did. He said Outlook.
I went Google, Microsoft, then Slack.
Like, yeah, and Zoom. That's it.
I reckon you can probably, there's probably 13 probably you can name.
I can't think of another one.
Are you counting
I would've allowed-
Yahoo Mail?
Yeah, I think Yahoo Mail would have counted.
off.
I would've said
one's using
off.
Yahoo, bro.
WhatsApp, normal text messaging I would have allowed.
So what, in person
Yeah,
then?
if you said in person, I would have
Sign
allowed
language,
it.
bro. What's this guy?
That's wild. Anyways,
Well, anyway,
1 point to me. Thank
it's
you
a
very
1 point
much.
to Manu.
Righty, halfway through, Sen's on 2, I'm on 1, and Kush, there's nothing new here on 0, but maybe you'll get this one, all right? Next one. How many Asian cities can you name in 30 seconds?
Oh, man.
The geography.
Geography, come on,
question.
man.
I've seen Kush's geography
Kush, you're
skills.
famously from Asia.
Yeah.
We'll start nice and easy. I'll say 5.
I'll say 6.
I'll say 8.
And this is cities.
Cities.
Yeah, so you can go to one country, name like 10 cities from there, for example.
Yeah, that's easy, Kush.
It's not easy for me, brother. I'm going to say
Mate.
10.
The motherland. You can name 10 from the motherland, surely.
What, Australia?
Does Australia count as part of Asia?
Oceania, I'm counting Oceania.
that's-
So not Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10. I think Kush can name 10 in 30 seconds. Go on, Kush. Have some fun. Bullslut.
Alrighty, Kush.
Oh, dearie me.
Alrighty,
You can do this.
Cushy. I believe in you. All right, I believe in you. You have 30 seconds to name 10 Asian cities. Your time starts now.
Delhi? Is Chennai a city?
Absolutely,
Yep.
it is.
Dharamsala, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's say Tokyo.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say. Now I'm getting lost in the motherland already.
Tokyo's the motherland?
Sorry.
Other countries, Cushy.
I'm trying to think. So we got India, we got Sri Lanka over there, we got Bangladesh, we got. Can we change it to countries maybe?
You have 4 seconds. to get
Nah,
6.
I'm already lost on this.
Kush, man.
Kushagra.
I was expecting at least, Beijing.
Yeah.
Some of
Oh,
those
yeah,
ones.
that's a good
Exactly.
city, yeah.
Mumbai.
Mumbai's a big one. as
Seoul, let's start thinking about the major countries,
It all
the
comes to
major
you after.
capitals.
I just
No, it should come to you in 30 seconds.
The on the spot is too much for me. The
Mean,
pressure's too much.
Bangkok, brother.
If Senny gave you a little cock
Yeah,
tap
if I just
there.
did it.
I can't do that, fellas. I can't do that.
Alrighty, Senny, you're on 3. Well done.
Well done, Sen. All right.
All right, next series we're doing, I'm never playing Bullslut with you ever again.
I don't think we're ever going to do Bullslut Battle Royale ever again.
Yeah, I think we're done with that.
All right. Migs vs. Sen here. How many things can you do at a party in 30 seconds?
All right, I'll say 3.
5,
I'll say 6.
7.
I'll say Bullslut.
Seriously?
7 things at a party.
I can only think of 4 off the top of my head.
All right, 7.
At a party. All right.
Can I play this one?
You can verify my answers.
I'll verify your answers. All right, Migs. You have 30 seconds to name 7 things to do at a party. Your time starts now.
You can drink, you can eat, you can dance, you can sing, You can socialize, go to the bathroom. What else can you do? You can pick up.
Isn't that socialize?
Nah, look, name one
You
more.
can take shots.
There you
There
go.
you
You
there
can
you go.
arrive late.
Yeah.
You can leave early.
There you go.
You can sit in the
done.
corner and lie to
It was
everyone.
a brawl. It was a
It was a
brawl.
brawl.
You can do illicit substances, but that's
Yeah,
why
that's-
Rose not
that's
here
fine.
today.
I had drink, dance, and do illicit substances for the three that came to my mind. And after that, I'm like, fuck, I got nothing.
I was going to say you can leave early, get a banh mi, and come back. But that's niche for
That's
for no
the
one
heck.
actually.
Alrighty,
Last one, I believe.
last one.
And
So
Mix-
you're on 3, Sen. I'm on 2. So if I win this, I can tie. That's
Give you a,
about
we
it.
can
You
give you
can
a,
tie.
yeah, there you go.
So, boys, how many streets in Sydney CBD can you name in 30 seconds?
I was thinking about this earlier, actually.
Fuck it. 15.
Bull to the slut, mate. 15.
Am I going to give Migs an easy tie?
You are. Let me just pull up a map of the city.
Realistically, right? I'll help you out here. You can just say white names.
I was about to say, yeah. I think I
White male first names.
All right, Kush, you have 30 seconds to name 15 streets in the city. Your time starts now.
George, Pitt, Elizabeth, Castlereagh, Albert, Alberta, Liverpool, Essex. In the city, you said. Is Anzac Parade in the city? I don't know if
No,
that's in the city.
doesn't
Okay. Bondi Road's not in the city. Epic
Got-
Street, maybe. Maybe that's in
No,
the city.
that's not in the
Darling Harbour
10
Street.
seconds left.
I
I don't think Harbour Street is.
Fleming Street,
4 seconds
Andrew
left.
Street,
No.
Coronation Street, Commonwealth Street.
Your time is up.
Oh, I think I was close, but
I think you're on like 8. I don't know. You said a lot of things.
You said a lot of. I don't think Albert Street is there either.
I reckon have a look. I reckon Albert Street's on the 200.
What did you miss?
You got Essex, you got Pitt, George,
Sussex Street.
you got Sussex.
No, he didn't get
I
Sussex.
said
Said
Essex.
You said Essex. You got Elizabeth. The other-
Central Avenue, I think, is one.
I said Central Street. Did I say Central? No, I didn't say
You
Central.
didn't say Central.
Is Central Street the one?
I think Central Avenue.
I said Commonwealth. Or I said Albert.
Eddie Avenue.
Yeah, there's Eddie. There's Kent, York Street,
Kent,
Clarence
York.
Street, Macquarie Street, Park Street. You got Liverpool Street. I'll give you that. That's
Yeah,
a
Liverpool
good
Street's
one.
a good one.
But yeah, no, you are nowhere near it. So Miguel, you'll get the point there, and that leaves us with a 3-all draw.
All right, fellas, we're gonna end this 3-all. I definitely didn't do that game so that you guys would enter a playoff. Absolutely, whatsoever. So
So we're playing to win now.
yeah, play to win now.
Last game, winner takes all.
Okay. I reckon we're going to do something nice and broad. We've done the grocery markets before, so we're going to hit the grocery markets again. The SKUs specifically, fellas. How many vegetables can you name in 30 seconds?
Jesus. Vegetables.
Migs, give us a number to start us off.
10.
11,
Oh, hello. He's got
12.
one more.
13,
14.
Bullslut.
Say less.
Any. All right, Migs.
Shit.
You have 30 seconds to name 14 vegetables. Your time starts now.
Lettuce, spinach, green capsicum, red capsicum,
Are we allowing that?
I'm like,
potato, tomato.
Tomato's a fruit.
Shut the fuck up.
It is.
Cucumber, onion, garlic, carrot, ginger,
These are herbs.
chilies. Shut the fuck up.
counting the last three.
Really?
I'm not counting. You got 10
Then what's
seconds.
the point of playing?
Name 5 more.
You're not counting staple vegetables. The integrity of this game is fucked. And I am not playing anymore. Pumpkin, sweet potato, whatever. I'm close enough.
No, those are herbs, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Ginger.
Garlic and ginger are herbs.
Garlic and ginger.
Look
are
it up.
herbs.
Look it up.
Ginger a vegetable.
No internet.
And what?
But yeah, botanically speaking.
And what?
Ginger
Oh.
is.
And what?
okay,
So
I
they
think-
ruined the integrity of the game. So I win. Thank you guys.
I think Migs gets that then.
But you said tomato, which doesn't count.
Yeah, but I kept going, lad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he had enough in there. And even if he doesn't, you're right. We halted him in his tracks. which is
Exactly. I could have
Fair
gone.
enough, fair enough.
What else could I have gone? Coriander,
Maybe some
Stephen
eggplants.
Hawking. I don't know. Cut that out, please.
Nah, you can leave that.
Yeah, well, I win.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
very
would've
much,
paid that.
boys.
I would have given you double points if you got that. Well done, Migs. You're another winner.
Fellas, spring has officially sprung, and our friends at Manscaped have just launched the ultimate product for some spring cleaning on your face. Introducing the Handyman Electric Face Shaver, designed to give your face that smooth finish without the hassle of a wet shave. Watch your confidence bloom like the spring flowers this season with this exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use TCB to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com.
I use the beard grooming kit during the week, boys. Oh, phenomenal. Actually phenomenal. Everything you need for your grooming. You got a bit of shampoo, a bit of conditioner, a bit of beard oil, and of course the trimmer.
Yeah.
The trimmer works wonders. Kush, do you use it often?
No, I use it every 4 or 5 days, actually. Just keep it at a nice length of 4. Use the brush to just even the edges. Get a bit of scissors. Cut the finer parts out. And
I got to say, Kush, ever since we've gone the beard grooming kit, your beard has looked immaculate.
Always groomed.
Always groomed.
Now Manscaped have a new product for your face as well, the Handyman, as I said. With the Handyman skin-safe technology to help reduce nicks and cuts, you can finally feel confident when going for that close shave. For wet or dry use, bring it anywhere and everywhere. The compact design and airplane friendliness make this the perfect travel tool for on the go. And for my fellas with a little more scruffed, Manscaped's Beard Hedger Pro Kit has everything you need to tame your mane. These two boys have said enough about it, mate. Go out, get these fine products. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code TCB at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code TCB at manscaped.com. Hit the refresh button this spring with Manscaped TM trademark.
Support the people who support us. Thank you.
Fellas, back with Ask TCB. Thank you to everyone that sent in a question. If you want to send in a question for next time, at Critical Banter on Instagram, put up a poll a few days before the episode recording so you can get in, submit your questions, and we will aim to read them out.
To be honest, you can just send us a question at any time. You don't have to wait for us to put up anything. So
Might even just reply to you, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
You can send us anything. We reply to a lot.
Yeah,
there's
there's
like
three
a
of
lot
us.
of things.
Yeah, there's 3 of us who have control of the account. So we will probably reply if you message us.
So send us in questions anytime and we'll endeavor to answer them at our earliest convenience. All right, first question, boys. On average, how many shits do you take in a day? Josh says he takes 3 to 4 per day on the regular.
3
Gosh.
to 4 per day? That's outrageous.
Is he a rabbit?
How much fiber is he
Dude,
ingesting?
my man is only eating fiber. He's on that Metamucil shit.
He puts Metamucil in coffee, which is apple flavored, to get that fiber.
Wait,
in.
does Apple make you shit?
Apple is like heaps of fiber, right? Like that's why they always say.
I thought it was banana that has heaps of fiber.
Yeah, banana. I think broccoli too.
Yeah, broccoli is a good one that makes you
So we're
shite.
saying, first of all, before we answer the question, Josh should get his shit sorted.
No, I think that apparently
Or
it's
is it
good to
healthy?
Shit. Yeah,
3 to 4 though.
No, it is not good for 3 to 4. No
maybe
way.
not 3 to 4. I think 1 to 2 is probably a good amount.
Kush, average day, you wake up, talk me through it.
I reckon morning shit. For
Morning,
me.
as soon as you wake up?
As soon
sort of?
as I wake up, I'm taking a fat dump.
All right, that's number 1.
Yeah.
And then-
And the second one, if I had a really big meal, if I had a terrible meal that's sort of outside my, my normal day-to-day food, then the second one's coming in.
But let's say BAU day, you're eating normal. No,
BAU
no
is
big
one.
meals, just one in the morning, that's
Yeah,
it.
it's a nice big dump in the morning.
What about you, Senny?
Yeah, I don't think I have a BAU. Mine just
You're
fluctuates wildly.
You're a famous only shit at home sort of guy.
No, I've come around to shitting at work as well.
Because he realizes he's getting paid for it, so
Also, it's just unavoidable sometimes. Like, you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah.
that's true.
And the toilets are immaculate sometimes, so I will give them that.
Alright.
Yeah, I think mine fluctuates anywhere from 1 to 2. There are days where I would normally, like 2 just normal shits. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I eat anything out of the ordinary, but there are days where I would have one maybe during work and then I get home and then I have another one. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Double time today.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I think I'm a 2 on a regular.
On a regular, really?
In the morning, not as soon as I wake up sometimes, but sometime in the morning and then late into the evening.
Yeah, I'm not a morning shitter. I think I'm in the midday somewhere and then 1 at night later on.
3 to 4 though is I
3
think-
3 to 4 is still outrageous.
That's
Dude, who's
wild.
paying the water bill in this house, bro? Fucking hell.
Alrighty, next question. We have it from Perry, long-time listener. Shout out you, mate.
Oh, my man.
His question is, and he caveats the age-old question. If you were 2 inches in your mum and your dad was 2 inches in you, would you go forward to get your dad out of you or backwards to get out of your mum?
Perry, mate, we've answered this many times on this podcast.
Yeah, and there's a clear answer. to
Yeah,
this.
I would be 2 inches inside your mom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Perry, love you, mate.
And he loves your mum apparently as well.
Dude, this is the impossible question.
Yeah.
Like I've sat down for many an hour with you guys, with other friends, just dissecting this question, and there is simply no right answer to this.
There is no right answer. So, Migs, what are you choosing?
I don't want to say on camera.
You have to. Perry's. We all got to say an answer.
Yeah, he's asked you boys. He said, ask Kush and Sen specifically.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there any way you could like just surgically remove me without going either way?
There's no like if so, can I do this?
Would you rather get fucked by a dad
Yeah.
or fuck your mum? Alrighty, I'll leave you to think about that doozy.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the next question, asked by Ethane11. Ethane11 asks, what do you guys do for work?
I feel like I've probably hinted at it a couple of times in the last few.
Also bleeped out a couple times.
Bleeped out many times when you guys named the company I worked at.
Bro dropped it 5 and 3 minutes from memory.
Yeah, I work in finance at a bank. And that's as much as I'm allowed to disclose as per my contract.
The name?
Well, you're going to have to edit this anyway, Kush. So I don't know why. You're creating more work for yourself.
Yeah, you're going to have to edit out again, brother. Come on.
I could name yours, Kush, and you'll get very salty, so I'm not going to do
you know,
it.
you're right. That's
that's
more
what I
work
thought.
on me. You know, it's karma. It's karma.
It
That's
is,
what
exactly. So I'm
You're
not
right.
going to say it.
You're right.
But I did, like I said, I worked at KPMG before for a couple of years, doing a bit of tax work, like an absolute monkey.
Tax man.
The tax man, exactly.
I remember there was a time in our life when your tax time came around. Senny, man, what can I deduct this year?
Someone still asked me questions this year. Brother, I've left that industry behind. But anyway, yeah, I used to work in tax for a few years.
Cushy?
I mean, I work at a tech company. I don't think I've ever divulged where I worked at.
You have divulged the least amount out of all of us.
That is true. I mean, I work at a tech company. The name shall be, again, he who must not be named.
What do you do at the tech company? Maybe that's what the
I
people
think
want to
that's
know.
people who are more interested in.
Yeah. I mean, what I do is, I'm here for the customers.
Customer service type vibe.
I'm not service, the experience,
A bit of CX.
A bit of CX,
Okay.
helping out with the DX as well, a bit of digital experience.
You also used to work at CEX.
It's completely true. I used to work at sex as well.
Yeah, you were a sex worker for a few years, which is why we...
It's not even wrong.
Nothing wrong with that as well, man.
Yeah, I actually, we can talk a little bit about that. Yeah, I used to work at CEX. I was a man who used to... Great salesman, by the way. I knew how to sell that secondhand phone to anyone, to be honest.
And why were people buying secondhand phones? I think you can disclose some of the specimens that came into CEX.
Yeah.
If you go through like some of the early episodes, Cushy's divulged a couple of interesting
You
stories.
told some mad stories.
I think I told about a police story once as well. Like
dude,
a cop went in.
wild things happen
Oh,
at sex.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, wild things happen. But that's where I used to work. First job was a fruit market. Again, great salesman.
As in picking them or...
No,
Wait, how are you a fruit salesman, bro? What do you mean?
no, you got to know which apples to sell to the right person. Because there are people who come to the
What
fruit
the
market
fuck?
specifically for a reason. You know
Yeah,
what
to
I'm
buy
saying?
fruit, bro.
No. I mean, like when you guys...
So
go-
what are they asking you about apples? They go, hey, Kush, do you work here? You say yes?
Yes.
What's the next question?
The next question is, could you tell me the difference between pink lady apples and royal gala apples?
But what if I'm a Fuji man?
If you could say that as well, but this is where I have to work overtime. I'm like, let me tell you something. What do you want your apples for? Is it for juice? Is it for eating? Is it for, maybe a nighttime snack with peanut butter? Because if it is, there are different food.
So you're a
apples.
fruit expert, really?
Apple expert.
Apples.
Just that was it. They didn't train you in anything else, just apples.
Because I still remember one of my first days, my manager came up and he's like, hey, come here. Do you know how to like open an apple with your hands? And I was like, what do you mean, brother? I normally like cut it. And he's
He's
like,
a knife man.
yeah. He's like, watch this. And then he does this thing with an
Right.
apple
And
and he
then-
just
I've seen that.
cracks
That's
it open
crazy.
in
It is pretty cool though.
yeah, and then I was like, do it with a watermelon. You wouldn't. And then he
Did you ever learn how to do it with the apple?
I did. Yeah, I can do that. Nice and easy now.
I want you to teach me next week then. We'll bring an apple, we'll do it live on air.
Absolutely.
So in your head, there's a bit of apple knowledge.
There's a bit of Fuji Royal Galas hanging around.
Because I'll expose Rohit here. One of his first jobs was working at JB Hi-Fi as a salesman, as selling all the technical products. Rohit famously not that great with technology. So when people would ask him questions, he'd answer by reading the labels,
Oh.
but not make it seem like he's been reading. He's trying to give it off as it's
So
top
he
of the
dropped
dome.
like 256 gigs,
Yeah.
Obsidian Black, that kind of way.
To be
Exactly.
fair, what do you expect from an 18-year-old? So I famously used to work at Vodafone, and anytime anyone came in asking about a Samsung phone or a Google, I would stand there with a blank expression and then, give it a pause and they'll be like, how about iPhone, my brother? Have you tried thinking of an iPhone 12?
I think this is where it's just a little bit of knowledge just goes a long way, man. CEX, man. That's what I used to do. Samsung always has the better cameras.
Fair play. See, that's the sort of knowledge I want. Ending with me, I used to work also in tax, funnily enough.
Yeah.
I used to get the tax return questions. I worked at PwC as an auditor, which I soon realized, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
And I work in marketing now, which is lovely. So it is what it
A bit
is.
about us. Oh, where does Ro work, actually? Let's quickly just throw
Ro
him-
works at on, you might have to bleep that actually. Rohit's a man of many passions. He works as a pickleball company owner apparently
Oh,
or
yeah,
something like
that's
that. He works.
I've seen his comments on Facebook where it
Yeah,
comes
so if
up.
you add him on Facebook,
so funny where he's just like, "Great to see you, mate."
he's in every pickleball community group and he answers every question, flogging his own website. I'll do that for him. Pickle Pals, look that up. He's a product owner, works at a tech company,
Startup.
and he does all sorts of things as well.
Does all sorts.
Alrighty, next question from Mr. Moore. He asks, biggest negative Riz moment from each of you or your mates. So I can start this off. Not myself, but again, the man that is missing. Mr. Rohit Nainen, a lovely negative Riz moment that we remind him to this day happened back in high school. I don't know if you know this, Kush, but his current missus, he was pining over for the longest time, right?
Yeah.
And back in, I think, year 9 or 10, she used to volunteer at one of the local libraries. And that library was also the same station where Sen and I and all the other boys used to catch the bus, right? So when we used to take the train there, he would say, "See you fellas, I'm going to the library." The rest of us boys were like, "Hang on, we're meant to take the bus."
Yeah.
At this point, we didn't know why. Okay.
He's reading books. He's just developing his knowledge.
Yeah. Because to be fair, some other people went to go to the library to study and shit. So like maybe he's part of them. But then this happened too frequently and we also saw his grades and we're like, you know what? This man is not studying. So what the fuck is he doing? So one time, Sen and I and another mate, Ganesh, shout out you as well. We went to the
Oh, yeah, he listens.
we went to the library with the intention of studying, but also to analyze what Mr. Rohit is doing. And we go there, we sit in the corner, and then, you know, put our books down here. We all open, I think, our laptops or our textbooks, whatever, start studying. And then all of a sudden, Rohit gets up and walks over to some of the bookshelves. And we're like, you know, maybe he needs a wider reading book or something like that. No. He's standing behind the shelf, peering over, doing one of these ones. Sussing the vibe, right? And then Sen and I are like, hang on, right? This looks ominous. What the fuck are you doing, right? And then we look, and then like 5 shelves, like 5 rows across, we see Cindy, we see her working, you know, volunteering. I'm like, we've heard the stories. Right? It's a little keen on this one. So we wanted to watch the Riz that was going to unfold, right? No Riz unfolded for, you know, a week or 2, right? So the first week he was about 5 bookshelves away. Second week he was about 3 bookshelves away. So he was slowly making his progress towards her. And then after a while, I said, my brother, just fucking go, man.
Yeah.
Yarn to her. But that is the famous negative Riz where he peers over the bookshelves. So we said, you know, some people have proposed to the missus where they first met. We said, you propose to him at that library,
exactly.
behind the bookshelves.
Yeah.
So
He hit her with the famous Indian gaze, as we said earlier.
The ominous Riz.
The show You is based on Ro, actually. It's got that You
that was
Riz.
some of the most negative Riz I've ever seen. Hang on. He was peering behind bookshelves, man.
For weeks is the, is the good part.
We had to hype him up just to fucking go, man. Jesus.
I'll dob myself in for some negative Riz. Back in my Tinder days, I spent most of my time just sending really shitty pickup lines. So I'm going to read out some of the ones that I had.
Here we go.
Actually, so this one, it starts with a girl. She messaged me first and she said, how big's your dick?
Oh.
And I was not ready for this kind of conversation. So I defaulted to just, you know, a bit of self-deprecation. So I said, incredibly underwhelming. And she said, sold, free tonight. And I said, so I see you have low standards. And then my go-to was asking this question was, hey, would you rather be... Fuck, I was doing would you rathers back then as well.
Would you rathers, bro?
Fuck, maybe we should have done this last week. It's would you rather be a tree for 6 months or be a person for those 6 months, but everyone thinks you're a pedophile?
Oh, that's a
We've done
classic.
this before. I'm pretty sure
Have
we've
we?
done it.
That's a
Yeah, we've
classic.
100% done this.
And then this girl replied saying the tree, and she's like, I don't know where this is going. And I'm like, oh, everyone says tree. What's wrong with the second option? And she's like, well, obviously because everyone thinks you're a pedophile. And I'm like, oh, it can't be that hard. My uncle doesn't seem to mind it.
So really, you're just testing material.
And then my final one with this girl, my opening message to her was, hey, you have the same name as my cousin. Are you a good kisser like her?
Oh, we're going to bring this back.
Any of those works then?
Apologies there. Our camera died for a second. But before we left, I think Marnie, you asked me, was there any success with any of these pickup lines?
Absolutely. Those ratchet Tinder lines.
What do you think?
Yes. Overwhelming.
It sounded like the first one may have been.
Yeah, there were replies. That's already.
Yeah, dude, the first one threw me off massively. I don't know where that came from. And I think Kush as well, you asked me again just before the camera died. You said, we should bring this back.
Yeah.
Brother, I literally cannot bring this back. So if you want to happily, you know, jump on The old Tindos.
Maybe you test it for me. Give me some lines.
I'll give you some.
start
Oh,
them on.
dude, if you're down for this, I'll do it. I will give you
Alright,
the
let's do
ratchet
it.
lines.
We'll add that to a segment idea. We'll
Done.
definitely do it. We'll do it. For me, I think I've told about my story before. I think it was pretty recent, but went up the hill, rolled down, fractured my ankle. So not that it was an injury risk.
I like all these stories are from a few years ago. When we were a bit younger, I feel like we've matured a bit.
Matured as individuals. So
It's exactly why we'll do that segment and
Exactly.
pick up lines.
we'll move on. So we have Andy Burks here. He's asked 4 questions, and I'll let you pick whichever ones you want to answer.
Thank you, Andy.
Question number 1: best Korean fried chicken joint in Sydney. Question 2: each of your most controversial opinion.
We'll skip that one.
Question 3: riskiest place you have ever hooked up. And question 4: can you do a Sydney tiered list for desserts?
Okay, in order. ICG.
Question 1: ICG 100%. You can go to Sparrow's Mill, which we tier listed. You can go to Red Pepper in Strathfield, and you can go to what's that one in Eastwood? The one next to Mikazuki.
Hey? No, that's ICG. It's just
you just need to find a place that has ICG.
Yeah, correct. Second question.
Each of your most controversial opinion. So, Sen, what did you vote actually this morning?
I said yes. Let's not do this to me. All right. I voted yes.
We could skip. I said you could skip questions
Maybe in the
if you'd like.
Patreon. If we ever make a Patreon one day, this is where this answer will get.
Or the live show.
Or the live show. Yeah, that's true. You know, if we ever do a live show, this is where I'll
Kush
answer
looks
that
like he's itching to get his opinion out.
No.
Kush is the last person who'll be wanting to get his opinion out. Third question, we'll skip that as well.
Absolutely, we'll skip that.
Fourth question, what was it again?
Sydney tier dessert
Will
list.
we do it? Yes, we will.
Oh,
Done.
absolutely. I'm 100% down.
So if you're listening to this, if you already have some dessert place in mind, add Critical Banter, send them through.
Well, let's start naming a few of them now. Max Brenner, what's the other one? Bay Vista,
Oliver Brown,
Some
some random Bingsu places.
the Churro, San Churro,
Churro.
your Messina's.
A couple of good donut places as well, if we're counting that as
Exactly.
dessert.
Lucamares as
Yochi's.
well. Oh, I'm salivating, boys. Let's
Yeah,
Shit,
let's
you know,
slow
this
down.
will actually be a mad tier list because I have strong opinions on all of these. So
Ooh.
Right, we'll put it in the back burner. It'll be out there soon.
Let us cook.
All right, next question from Lewis Perry. Why isn't Southwest in the Sydney suburb thing? Bankstown deserves a shout.
I mean, we put Cabramatta in there. That's
That is Southwest.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's asking us for a round 2.
You know what? We can do a round 2 and Bankstown will be on there.
Would Bankstown have beaten any of the suburbs there? We'll answer a little now. I think it's a hard question because there were a lot of good
Like
suburbs
against
there.
each suburb?
Yeah.
No. In my opinion, no.
So maybe that's why it wasn't on there. Think
But
about that one, Lewis.
I'm happy to put it on there in round 2 and maybe it might do better.
All right, absolutely. We'll think about that one. Next question from Titus. Are you guys doing a TCB game night again? Whew.
Great question. We
That
haven't done one in a long time, actually, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. Actually,
What
completely
games are still around these days? Chess? Nah, fuck that. We're not doing
So
chess
we've done
again.
chess. We've done
We did
Among
Fall
Us.
Guys, I think, as well. Did we? No,
we
sorry,
did
Among Us.
Among Us. Yeah, I don't.
What else did we do?
Did
I
we do
swear
a
we did
third
something
one. I think we
else.
did a third one. I can't remember now.
I don't know, but what game do you guys want to see?
Yeah,
What's
let
that?
us know actually, because I am. I've only been playing FIFA recently, so I think that's something we can do.
If you
on
want
a
to join
grand-
our pro club, then fair play.
Actually, yeah, DM us if you want to join our pro clubs.
Alrighty, move on to the next question from Benefits Come Thursday. I'm not looking up your govy, man. That's your IG handle. It is what it is. What makes your friend group work so well together? Is it similarity of personalities? Bold of you to assume that
Yeah, I was gonna say
we are actually
This
friends.
is 9 to 5, brother, and I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, that is true. I don't see Kush outside of Saturdays.
Not too often. I come here and there.
In
Yeah.
person, that is, as well.
Well, before Kush used to play games with us, and then he changed, so I don't know what happened.
No, that's not.
The investment mogul side of him got in the way, man. He's too busy looking up
That's
houses.
true.
and
You,
shit.
you don't game with us anymore.
Yeah, well, no one's asked, to be fair.
Fair. That's fair. Have we asked Kush?
That is
I asked him 20 minutes ago, and he said no. Is that not true? Is that not true?
We'll skip that part. It wasn't on air.
No, I don't know.
I think that
that's a
links
tough question.
to another question that asks, what high school did you guys go to and what's your opinion on them?
I
So
would say similarities.
we'll go into that. Similarities, we went to the same high school. So
Yeah,
that
we went
dates
to-
back till 2010 for me, Ro, Sen, and Kush, you
23rd,
knew us. You
2014.
joined 2014.
2014.
That's still, what, 9 fucking years,
and
man.
uni as well. Was,
And you went to the same uni.
Yeah.
That is true.
Kush and I played Fortnite every day in uni, famously.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it is just comes down to, similar upbringings, similar values, have known each other for years. I think that's the biggest one. Just known each other for years. So you just kind of know how everyone kind of works and like what kind of things that make you laugh, things that make me laugh.
We've molded into the same humor type vibe. Molded
I don't know,
into
have
the
we?
same thing.
Do you think we all have the same humor?
I think it's similar. I think it's definitely similar.
But
I think you two definitely have a much closer similar than me and Ro.
I think Ro's humor is.
I gotta say, Rose is
different.
probably the most different humor to the rest of us.
That's why he's not here, man.
Yeah, if anyone is wondering, Ro is just in Melbourne, so
he will be back.
He'll be back. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that question isn't for us to ask. I feel like you guys need to tell us why it works.
Well, yeah, we think similar personality, same high school, whatever. And then second question was, what high school did you guys go to and what's your opinion on them? Fuck it, we've said it. We went all to Normanhurst Boys. Lovely school.
Who's asking that question? Because that seems like a very targeted question.
V1SH3SH.
Okay, so we don't know this person.
E1.
V1. Opinion of it.
Yeah, what's our opinion on Normanhurst Boys? I got asked this the other day.
All right,
Would you send your... No, I got asked a similar question. Would you send your kids to Normanhurst Boys or what school would you send them to? I would send them to Normanhurst Boys. I have a very good opinion on the school.
Yeah, I would too. I think...
A lot of people outside of Normanhurst does not.
But I
have
feel
a
like that's
stellar
every
opinion.
school. Like, you'll always judge a school that you never went to. But then the people who always went there would just talk so highly of it. No, I think it was a good school. I think it fostered 4 absolute specimens sitting here, or 3 sitting here. It was a school where it was nerdy, but not too nerdy. And there was still a good amount of like chat, good amount of banter. There wasn't really any beef. No one really got into punch-ons or anything like that.
Yeah. For context, this guy has Borco 2022 in his bio.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at. What school did this guy go?
So he went to Borco Mills High School.
Okay, well, Triple Cheese famously went to Borco Mills High School. And he told a few stories of his time back there.
That's true.
It sounded like a good school as well, to be honest. I think any of these nerdy-ish kind of schools, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Fair enough. Speaking of Triple Cheese, he sent in a question.
Here we go. He's always sending in stuff. Mate,
I love that.
You know
some-
what,
do
you know
some
what I
work.
love about Triple Cheese, by the way, just very quickly? When I'm on Insta Reels, bro, he likes every video.
Every single Insta reel he has liked.
He likes
And it's the
every
most
video.
random memes.
The ones that I send you, Kush, are the ones that he sends me, and I'm like, all right, Kush would find this funny. So I send it to you, and so obviously he's already
Yeah,
liked it.
any reel I like, he's already liked by
Already
him.
there, Triple Cheese.
Yeah, do some work, actually.
Dude, he is omnipotent. He is everywhere.
But he asks, how do you combat the racist comments you receive as ethnic minorities making waves?
Yeah, that's... Making waves, I don't know about that part. But ethnic minorities and getting racist comments, absolutely.
For context, if you don't know, if you go into our TikTok, every time we have some sort of non-popular opinion or anything left of field, we get the racism. We get the anti-brown comments. We get the fucking, you should have rated Harris Park or some shit on like our Sydney suburb tier list.
So I want to say, firstly, you have actually been basically let off scot-free in all these racist comments.
Not really.
No, he's had a couple as well.
The Cabra one, I got plenty, man.
That's true.
Call me
That is
Vietnamese,
true.
But
Chinese.
it's definitely more the brown
The
brothers,
bulk
though.
majority, let's be honest, fall on me, Kush and Ro.
Well, yeah, because there's 3 of you and 1 of me, man. If there was 3 fucking Oriental Donnies, then I'd cop most of it.
Message to the racists. Just be racist to all of us. Come on. Don't just target the brown guys. Have a go at the Asian guy as well.
Be equally racist.
Yeah, be equally racist. I'm fine with it. Just have a fair go at all of us. Come on, man.
100%. He's fine with racism as long as it's fair. All right.
Nah. In all honesty, yeah, it is. We've been copying.
We don't stand the comments. Like, we don't stand for race. But at the same time, I don't think it gets to us that much in terms of we look at it the bright side.
I don't know.
But maybe it doesn't get to me because it doesn't target me. But
No, I don't think it gets to me. Like, I think I'm fine with it. Like, racism it's an inherent part to being Australian.
No, I don't think it is fine though. Like,
it's not fine.
It's not
fine.
fine.
It's
but
never
I think,
fine.
like, it's just how it is, you know.
And this is I just feel that racism against brown people is so accepted right now in Australia. Like, you can say stuff against like Indian people and everyone will just have a laugh and it's all fair game.
But what I will say though is recently, past few weeks, we have been getting apologists. We've been getting people on our side.
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't been.
As opposed to back couple months when we were putting out respectfully, we were putting out shit.
Yeah.
It would only be hate comments.
Yeah.
That is
It would
true.
only be. But now,
people would drop the +1. Like, yes, agreed.
whereas now if someone puts a anti-brown card, for example, someone will come up, what's wrong with that?
Oh, really?
No,
Okay,
we
I
got
haven't
people like
seen
that now. So we got the brothers on our side.
I'm trying not to look at the comments because I feel
Don't
like
let
you get nothing out of it.
But the thing is, regardless of what you do, there'll always be people against you. They'll always find reasons to be against you. And you know what they say? Haters is a sign of success.
that is true.
So it means you're doing something right.
But I just don't. I feel like I'm glad people are standing up for us, but I feel like we also maybe should say, I don't know, is this rogue to take a more proactive stance against
just
it?
join in. You want to be racist? I'll join in with you guys. There you go.
That's the problem.
No, but here's
the more you join in, the more you just normalize.
And here's the thing, right? We had a leg to stand on until we put out that Cabramatta TikTok where Sen said all the Vietnamese people were drowning in Bondi. So
dude, when you say it like that, it sounds aggressive. I think I said
and then Cabramatta only had drive-bys. Right, so when we put shit like that,
was bad. That was bad. I apologize for that.
That's when me and Ray were like, do we have a leg to stand on anymore?
Sen's a learning man. He apologizes. I'll do it on behalf of him because I'm his manager.
Yeah, you know what? Scrap anything I said in the last 5 minutes. We're just as bad as these people.
But that was,
so it is what it is.
for comedy. Some of the comments I actually hate. I'll say that much. Though.
No, but then they could spin it as all like,
Yeah,
it's just a joke. At the end of the day, look, if you're going to comment and leave racist comments, that's all good, brother. It adds to the algorithm.
Just make sure
plus one engagement, brother. Please
Exactly.
make sure you like, favorite.
subscribe, share.
All that, yeah.
So if you're going to leave some racist shit, at least give us a like.
But in terms of making waves, are we saying we're not making waves? Making waves?
Look, I think my story earlier on pretty much says that I don't know if we're making waves, but we're definitely influencing conversations.
I think we're definitely going for a little freestyle swim in the ocean.
Yeah, making waves, I don't
Splashing
know,
around, but we're not doing the race.
We're
yet.
in the zeitgeist. We're there and thereabouts.
Absolutely. All right, next question. Friend of the podcast, John. He asks, if you had to choose, is it better to regret something you've done or something you haven't done?
I saw this question from John.
John, I know what's going on, mate. Is everything everything all good, brother?
This is just for John only. So everyone else stop listening for a second. If something's happening, John, just reach out to us. It's okay.
You know
bro.
what to hit us up, man.
We're here to help. We're here to help.
Back to the question: Is it better to regret something you've done or you haven't done? So on your deathbed, for example, do you want to regret that? Damn it! Like I shouldn't have taken that job that cost me 30 years of my life, or do you want to regret? Oh, I should have taken a chance, gone overseas, done whatever. Those sort of things.
No, you'd rather regret something you did do.
I'm going to go the opposite.
Really?
I'm going to say you'd rather regret something that you didn't do. So you can pass it on. Pass those lessons on to your future generations. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have a chance to do it. Maybe due to some reasons, whether it be internal or external, but you're able to pass it on. You know? Don't be afraid of these things.
I think you should never regret something you did because you wanted to like experience or do it, right?
That's exactly why I agree.
You can't be like, I regret taking that risky job opportunity which didn't pan out. You can't think of it like
Because you
that.
took the chance.
But you can regret being like, I didn't take it. I was too much of a pussy, and now I didn't live the life I wanted
You
to.
never want to regret not doing something.
Whereas I can also see you want to regret being like, I took the safe option, did accounting for 30 years, stable life, but boring. I can see that as well, to be fair.
But I think it's more painful of the fear of unknown. Like that's why you didn't do something, and then like you'll regret never doing it. Yeah. And I think because one of my favorite things right now is it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Meaning, I'm happy just to do now and just face the consequences later. So I think to answer your question, Johnny, I would rather regret doing something than not doing it.
Right, moving on. Quick question from Kyle Townsend. He asked, how's Rohit going with his drug addiction? So there are some good rehab programs in Melbourne right now.
Now, I was going to say we lied. He's not in Melbourne. He's actually at Silverwater Correctional Facility.
So when he is dialing in virtually through, what's the prison communication? They're prison teams or something? Rehab teams?
Yeah.
You can ask him when he's back next week.
I think we should honestly let's be honest here. I know he's not here, so let's throw him a bone. Ro does not have a drug addiction. He has a porn addiction and he has gang affiliation. So that's really what you should be worried about.
Oh my God. He will leave you with that one.
He also runs a brothel.
All right, enough, Sen, enough. We'll move on. Next question. Another long-time listener, Jack Scully. He asks the question, wheels or doors? So, the classic question, are there more wheels or are there more doors?
I thought Jack wanted to know, do we prefer wheels or doors?
Kush, what's your sexual preference, wheels or doors?
So what is this question like?
So in the world, do you think there are more wheels or more doors?
I think they actually proved that there was more wheels, I'm
There
pretty
has
sure.
to be more wheels, right?
No, but then
For example, a car has 4 doors.
But the car also has 4 wheels.
But this house, for example, has, let's say, 10, 20 doors, but no wheels.
No, but then
like your trolleys, they have like 4 wheels, but no
but
doors.
your wardrobe, like glass things, has wheel at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
There's a wheels. Is it simple?
And then you got to think about all the Hot Wheels toys in the world. They got little wheels.
A good one I heard for this is you go to an office, all the chairs
Yeah, exactly.
have like 5 wheels each.
But then how many doors are in a office?
That is
as well?
true.
Nah, but there's more wheels, bro.
I think the chairs ratio the doors.
Yeah.
Ratio.
Yeah, they absolutely get ratioed.
I think it has to be wheels.
Steph-
So as a podcast, our stance is
Yeah. We're
Wheels.
And
We're
if you're
pro
talking about
wheels.
preference, I think I prefer wheels over doors.
You're a wheels man. I like
I'm a wheels man. Just purely because wheels, you got a bit of maneuverability. You know, you can move around, do whatever you want. Doors, there's only one option.
And I like that wheels are the, cornerstone of ingenuity. You know, what's the saying? You don't have to reinvent
the wheel.
Yeah, no one says you want to reinvent the door.
Exactly,
right?
man. No idiots ever said that. So yeah, we're pro wheel here. All wheels matter.
I just want to, Will Mills has asked if we're doing the Sydney nightclubs tier list. Yes.
Did someone actually ask that?
Someone asked that, and we will absolutely deliver on that one.
Check in next
Stay
week,
tuned.
brother. Fuck, someone's predicted what we're doing. Holy shit.
Alrighty, another question. Second last question we'll do for today. Actually, third last question. Someone asked best food spots near you, Sid.
All right.
You Sid.
We all famously went to UNSW.
Respectfully, we didn't go to you, Sid.
But I will just throw out some places.
What?
Let's go to Broadway. There's Bondi Pizza in Broadway. I'm sure that slaps.
No, I wouldn't recommend Bondi Pizza.
What's your beef with Bondi Pizza?
So expensive for nothing.
All right, don't go to Bondi Pizza.
Isn't there that kebab shop on campus at USyd? That's a big hurrah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just waffling to people that don't know about USyd.
Nah, sorry, mate.
All right, second last question is from Mr. Moore again. He asked, what's the most out-of-pocket thing said between the lads?
Just for today or just...
Yes, in general.
Out-of-pocket thing.
Is there anything we can say
Actually-
on the pod?
Can we reveal last week's one?
You know what? Let's...
Nah, I don't think we should. We should. It was nah.
It's a perfect answer for this
I think
question.
it's good for something for like a live show, like these
Okay.
kind of
We'll
questions.
briefly say it. During one of our Would You Rathers, Ro brought up a conspiracy theory, which we don't know to this day whether he believes it or not.
And it went for
if
2
he
minutes.
believes it, very out of pocket. If
Yeah.
he was saying it, satirically and ironically, fair game. But
I don't think he was joking because we recorded it, and at the time, me and Migs looked very confused.
maybe that's what you can put out on the TCB pre-show. So
put
our
a screenshot.
reaction.
Yeah, can you put our reaction to what he was saying? Because I think that a picture paints 1,000 words. But yeah, we recorded it, we went home, and then the next day, like later on in the next day, out of nowhere, no contact, no one had said anything in the group chat for a while, and then Ro's like, oh, hey, Kush, can you actually remove that part? We're like, all right, fair enough. And then I think you hadn't listened to that part yet. You got to it, and you're like, yeah, you know what, Ro, it's a good call. I will remove it.
I just didn't know what to say.
It went for a long time as well, I'll be honest.
He like doubled and tripled down as well. So
So the
yeah.
fact that he had to think about it in his own time says enough.
So yeah, there is, every now and then we will say some out of pocket stuff on this podcast.
Maybe one day we'll reveal it, but it won't be on the actual podcast.
But yeah, everything that we release is something we're comfortable enough to put out there into the world.
Yeah.
So anything we've released is not that out of pocket. It's
Which
the stuff
actually
that-
kind of says a lot sometimes.
yeah. So anything that you've never heard is the real stuff that is,
Yeah.
fuck,
It's also
this-
jokes, boys. It's also jokes. It's all jokes. We're a comedy podcast. Well, we'll
Yeah,
try to be.
We try to be.
All right, last question. And this one was sent in via Instagram DM because the question was too long for the story text box. So strap in, boys. It's from Anshul. Thanks for the question. He asks, what is your boys' experience on the other side of a parasocial relationship where your listeners are closer to you than you are to them? Are you guys weirded out by the fact randoms know a fair amount about your lives? Bit of a serious question, but interested to hear your thoughts. Keep up the good work as always. I think that's a brilliant question.
That is a great question.
I'll start off with a side tangent first while you guys think of an answer. I think we talked about it the other day when we went as a 4 out to Messina, right? That experience still to this day, I think about like, I don't know. This is all
I don't think we've talked about it on
Have
the
we
podcast.
said on the podcast?
I don't think we've
we
talked about
did.
it. Maybe run through.
I'll run
what
it through just in case you guys haven't heard it. So the other day, we all went to a comedy show who we may or may not be getting on the podcast sooner or later. But beforehand, we went for a meal and then we went to Messina for dessert afterwards. And we were sitting outside. We took this as an opportunity to talk business. We're talking about what are we going to do in the next episodes? What are we going to do for TikToks, et cetera, et cetera. And then we were mid passionate chat. We were really loud.
While absorbing the King Julian as well, man.
Yeah. You rate the King
Beautiful
Julian Messina flavor? Right?
Great flavor, great flavor.
All right, so while Kush was balls deep in King Julian, someone came up to us. Senny had his back to this person, so he was more so talking to me and Ro, I think. Kush was on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
And he shows his phone and he's like, is this you guys? And he shows us the Critical Banter TikTok account. And then I'm a bit like, I don't know what to do because me and Kush have never had a fan interaction in person at this point. So Ro, as always, took the lead. He's like, oh yeah, that's us. Like, and he's like, the guy's like, oh, I watch your TikToks all the time. He was really nervous as well. Oh, I watch your TikToks all the time. Can I get a photo with you? I'm a bit like, what the fuck? I'm not photo worthy. Like, I'm just we're all regular blokes that just do this as a piss take on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But we'll take a photo. We're friendly. Got him in the middle. Took a nice photo, whatever. And then he walks away. Sen had his back to him at this time, so didn't see the phone. So Sen, during his whole interaction, was just like in his ice cream, like ignoring him.
I was also balls deep in King's Jordan.
Yeah. And then we were like, what's going on here? So then at that point, I don't know your opinion at this time, Kush, but Ro believed it. Sen and I were very skeptic at this point. Mainly because Sen didn't see, fair enough. I saw it and was still skeptic. All right, I'm like, fuck, did he hear what we were talking about? Did he see what we were talking about? Like, was he taking the piss? Blah, blah, blah. And then obviously Ro was like, no, like him and his friend were serious. He was nervous. He was showing the phone. So yeah, at the end of the day, we believed it. But that experience was jarring for me. Because again, I feel I'm just a regular guy, man. I'm not worthy of this. I'm not famous. I don't need a photo. I'm no one.
And I'll go off that. Like, so the story I told earlier in the pod, that was my same reaction. Like, I was caught so off guard, and I was, I would say uncomfortable because I just, like when this girl was like telling people that I'm famous, and she was like, just harping on about it. I'm like, dude, like you said, I just do this for a bit of fun.
We're just regular blokes, still doing us. I don't.
In terms of like Anshul's question of people knowing more about or knowing stuff about my life that I wouldn't normally expect. Like I had a few weeks ago, we were playing a game, and like the whole point of the game is you're meant to give clues that only a person would know. So someone was looking at me as like, oh, you talked about this on the podcast the other day. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what I talk about. 20 minutes ago.
Bro, this is episode 226.
And like people would come to me at work and be like, oh, that story you told about the neighbor, who's that about? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, this is so weird.
I think that's what gets me sometimes when I go to a party or something and there's like, friends, not close friends, but friends, and they come ask me about something we've talked about in the pod as if, it was a shared experience with them. That's when I'm like, fuck, a lot of people know, dude. A lot of people know what's going on.
We're not complaining or anything, by the way. Let's put that out there. We're incredibly we're very grateful for having listeners and people who like actually take an interest in what we talk about. Like that's insane. Like it's mad that people even do that. But I think we're just not used to it.
It's just we'll probably get used to it. I don't know. But it's just, the fact that people know more about us. Because that's a very weird or like parasocial. I've never heard of that word. But
I never.
Add that to
I had to look it up after I saw that message.
My diction. But yeah, that is interesting that, normally a relationship two ways. Whereas this is more one way.
Yeah.
I want it to be two ways, but it's one way where you already know so much.
Yeah.
I know fuck all about you.
Yeah.
And I can see that from my perspective, right? I watched Sidemen. Watched KSI and them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know so much about them. But I'm sure if I went up to them and be like, fuck, big fan, they'd be like, who's I don't know. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, glad to know you, but I don't really know you. Thoughts, Kush?
Stroke my ego. You know me, you know me. Come up to me.
Oh, jeez.
Make me feel great.
How did that Messina experience make you feel, Kush?
I was a happy man. I enjoyed King Julian even more after that. Like the fact that he showed the TikTok, great guy, man. He's a little nervous, I could see it, but don't be nervous, man. Just relax. Take a photo. Take a couple of photos if you want. Say hello. Say bye. Enjoy your night.
Kush will record a video for your friends if you want.
If you
we should
want.
get Kush on like Swish or what's the other one?
Cameo.
Cameo. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. So all in all, like, I think it's mad that people do that. Like, I think it is. I would take it as a compliment, but I think a lot of it does come from just the part where I'm worried that people are taking the piss. Like if someone comes up and I've seen your stuff, big fan, blah, 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 I immediately just think, like you're having a joke. Like you're not actually serious about this. Like you think, well, I think that might just be my own mentality though. So that's why if you ever come up and I do seem a bit standoffish, it is just
you gotta make it known you're not taking the piss.
Yeah.
Especially to Senny.
Yeah.
Kushy, he'll take it as a positive.
I'll dap you out. Even if you're taking the piss, I'll be like, yes, sir.
And I wish I could be like that, Kush. I really wish I could. But I'm not built that way. So, but no, still, I hope I haven't scared anyone off. Definitely, if you do see us out and about, come tell us how much of a big fan. It'll make me feel very good. But also at the same time, I'll be like, fuck, I'll be a bit sus of you.
All right, just to wrap up, are you guys weirded out by the fact that randoms know a fair amount about your lives? What are we saying? Weirded out?
Yes, but I think I'll get used to it.
All right, fair enough. All right. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you everyone for sending in your questions. Please send more in. If we don't answer them on the podcast, we'll reply to your DM. So at Critical Banter Instagram, send them through.
Alrighty, boys. End of a different kind of episode today. I feel a bit more chill, a bit more relaxed episode, a different vibe, and I liked it. I
think I've opened up.
Yeah, opened up, a bit more vulnerable this week. I don't know. I feel like I need to go have a shower.
Time to close up again for next week.
Yeah, exactly. You'll never see that kind of vulnerability on this podcast ever again. We put up a poll on our Instagram during the week. So last week we had a would you rather question. I actually didn't ask for your answer yet. So the would you rather was, would you rather go to the office 5 days a week or go in only once ever, but you got to go naked? Yeah. And we went back and forth. We argued, and somehow I was outnumbered 2-1. I said I'll go 5 days a week. Thank you very much. Over there, Manu and Rose sitting on their ivory throne were saying they'll go in once naked, ball and all.
What are your thoughts, Kush?
So I want to know Kush. I already know what Kush's answer is, but I want him to say it.
I went 5 days a week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going in naked.
So while you were listening, were you outraged? You're like, what are these monkeys doing?
I get it. It's just personal preference. I get it.
Now, what I caveated is, like, fair enough, your opinion might be the right one, but I said it's close because you were coming in and saying, this is such an easy decision, blah, blah, blah. I said this is a much harder decision than you think.
I think it's much harder because in my head, for me, it was like, well, back then we used to go office 5 days a week anyway. So go 5 days a week. That's it.
Back to normal. So I said, let's put up a poll. I reckon it's going to be, I think I said 90-10 or 80-20. Like it'll be overwhelmingly in my favor.
Yeah, and I said closer than you think.
Yeah.
And what happened, Sen?
We put it up. 300 of you absolute cretins responded to the poll.
Cretins.
So thank you, firstly, to everyone who responded. It was 60-40 my way.
At first, it was 60-40 my way. And I'm like, here we go. I'm going to get vindicated.
So 40% of you animals out there are dirty dogs, all right? Need to get your head out of your gutter, all right?
I think we should ask that. Why did people go down that route? I think it'd be good to know.
Oh, you reckon part 2?
Maybe that'll be the next question. Now, qualitative answer.
Yeah, you've chosen it, but I'd like to know your thinking process here. You know, why go naked?
You know, any industry workers out there, you know, office industry workers who want to get a vibe on like what people are thinking in terms of going back to the office, let us know because we apparently have heaps of insights. So if you see,
we have real insights as well.
So if you see CBA have like a mandate next week, come in once naked, you know where they got the idea from. Otherwise, you can catch the rest of our episodes on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can go into YouTube to watch us as well. I highly recommend it. Or you can catch our short form content on Instagram or TikTok.
Speaking of Instagram, follow us at Critical Banter to stay up to date with the 24-hour challenge. We will put on the story confirmed details, confirmed date, confirmed time. So if you want to take part, maybe even be in the video.
Exactly.
You know, you're meant to be in the video, that type vibe. You can check out our Instagram and you'll know the details.
And also, we'll be posting more stories more often now. So if you just want to get involved, interact with us, you know, get your name onto the podcast, dude, just follow us and that's the best way to do it.
You guys have already decided this week's episode.
Exactly.
That is more than most podcasts will ever do for you.
Exactly.
So think about that one. Follow us at Critical Banter.